Japan has changed. Well, maybe not in the way you think. I kind of sound like a 60-year-old Oji-san complaining about Japan nowadays, right? No, we're not talking about the rising right-wing politics, the tidal wave of tourists, or even the unbearable bear problem. Unbearable bear. We're talking about the top 10 updates you need to know before booking that flight to Japan in 2025. So let's take a look. What do you need to watch out for when you go to Japan this year? We're the right title. It's not like did we just walk into a sauna in jeans hot. However, you should do that. Anyway, June through August is heat and humidity. Just enough rain to keep things, spicy. Unless you're a masochist or you're a hardworking adult. Pack light, wear breathable clothes, and prepare to become one with your sweat. Trust me, August and June, just to double the pain, are literally the worst months to visit Japan. But hey, I'm not here to judge, just here to help. So here's what you'll need. Industrial strength sunscreen. Probably against solar storms, but I don't know, I just like this one. Of course, some white breathable clothes, so you can survive in the heat, and a combini haul. Cold wipes, drinks that taste like regret and refreshment because it's the 1345th Kelpis that you already bought, and whatever snack you can pronounce, but that kind of looks fun. And next to this, I would basically recommend this, and that. And to kind of undermine how hot it really is, maybe you think about running away to Hokkaido. Thinking of escaping to the cooler north? Well, Hokkaido hit 39 degrees this year. And it's Hokkaido. Usually it goes on 26 degrees. Yes, the land of snow festivals and winter fairy tales now doubles as a sauna. So, unless you want to cosplay as a melting popsicle, prepare accordingly. Not just a guide how to travel Japan, it's a guide how to survive Japan. Because rain, typhoons, and well, emotional damage. It's also the rainiest time of the year, and yes, typhoon season begins too around June, July, August. So pack your waterproof summer clothes and rain jackets, waterproof shoes, and maybe a life vest just in case. I mean, at that point, you can go for a stylish swimming outdoor outfit, but yeah, at some point the rain and your sweat will get one, so no worries. Just be careful to have both with you. The busiest period in August is OBON. The ancestors are coming, and so is everyone else. From August 13 to 16, it gets extra crowded. Why? It's OBON. When the ancestors are set to return, and apparently so does everyone with a JR pass, trains are packed. Really packed. Foreign tourist numbers are already up 21% this year compared to the last one. So, yeah, book your Shinkansen seat in advance. Don't board the wrong train on August 16 unless you want a surprise trip nowhere. Well, just don't take the wrong train on 16th August or you might not come back. In case there's no train left and you don't know how to get from A to B, I can highly recommend buses. They're about half the price of the train tickets if you take long distance buses. You can take the buses from the airport terminal also, or from one city to another. Sometimes they even stop at major hotels, which makes it way easier to travel with much luggage. Usually, you will find them directly after you go out of the airport. Another thing that changed in Japan, general changed fees and reservations for attractions. It's not just trains, you'll need reservations for Tokyo Disneyland, for example, Universal Studios Japan, Ghibli Park. For example, when I went to Ghibli Park in Japan, I needed to book the tickets a few months already in advance to enter. So be prepared. And no, it didn't just hit those three places. Our beloved Mount Fuji, which now requires a fee, a reservation, and apparently spiritual contract, climbing Mount Fuji isn't for the faint of heart or the unorganized. And yeah, let's get some steps back. When you actually arrive in Japan, what are you supposed to do? You thought Germany had much bureaucracy? Japan said, hold my bento. When you're entering, you can use the Visit Japan web app. It's a quick online application that makes immigration faster. Right now, it's optional, but soon in the future, they say they want to make it mandatory. So use it or prepare to fill out custom forms on the plane like it's 1999. Anyway, you need to get your information through, so I would advise you to do it with that application that I will link down in the description. And well, one thing that I'm personally also struggling with is the dual pricing of foreigners. So starting July 2025, Japan introduces dual pricing at certain attractions. If you translate it, tourists pay more than locals. For example, at the Junglia Okinawa, tourists will pay 8,800 yen, while locals just pay 6,930 yen. At the Niseko Sky Resorts, 6,500 yen need to be paid instead of what locals pay, 5,000 yen. So some shrines and temples may even charge 1,000 yen for tourists, but just 500 yen for locals. Well, regardless of what you think about it, you should budget for it. Especially if you're planning to hit multiple tourist hotspots, this kind of amount can already stack up. So I would advise you to have some extra money with you. And there's another problem because there are 21% more tourists compared to before, there's a hotel room shortage. In 2024, hotel stays jumped 5.5% to over 651 million nights. Hotel rooms are becoming rare gems, maybe rarer than your favorite Pokemon. And this was 2024. 2025 will even be harder. Book early, fair prices, and don't just show up hoping for a miracle. Try booking.com or trip.com, those are my favorite sites to use before you end up sleeping at the train station, because I would really advise you to stay on the surer side. So if there are more tourists coming to Japan and the hotels are crowded, what will be also crowded? Yeah, the airports. So airports are crowded. Well, if there's an increasing number of tourists, airports will be crowded too, right? That means going from the airport to your accommodation will be much harder, and the possibility of the buses that I just mentioned being already crowded can be high. You can usually reserve 1 month in advance, and the reservation of the tickets is highly recommended. Just have enough cash with you so you can pay the bus driver. Due to the increasing numbers, the Narita airport is also increasing the airport slots in the near future, but for now, I would advise you to book earlier. This will take much stress from you when you arrive to Japan. And there are not already enough fees, more fees for leaving Japan. And just in case you thought Japan didn't already have enough fees tucked into every possible part of your trip, here's one more for the road. There's now an increasing for leaving Japan. Yes, you heard that right. To escape the sweltering heat, the typhoons, the long lines, and the overpriced snacks, you have to pay even more. Not just your soul. Now you need to pay for leaving. And you may be thinking, wait, I don't remember ever paying a fee to Japan. Well, exactly. That's because it's been sneakily hidden inside your flight ticket this whole time. It's called the tourist tax. And while it's been a low-key 1000 yen until now, brace yourself, because it's expected to jump to 3000 or even 5000 in the near future. Well, it just means that your flight ticket gets a bit more expensive, but it's good to know about this. If you calculate it into your budget, that's 5 ramen instead of 1. I think that's an increase. Anyways, take everything with a bit of humor, stay updated, and as always, thank you for listening, have a great day, mata kondo yoroshiku.